Yeah, what's up, my people? This is Mashika Guru delivering another session for y'all. Something to think about. There's a lot of topics, like I said, I'll be touching on throughout my series, interacting with the public here and whatnot, my audience. We got these videos up on YouTube, Facebook, we're on Mashika.com. We appreciate your support, those that are beginning to subscribe. So yeah, this is Mashika Guru. Why am I up here? I'm up here at Griffith Park. I decided to take a stroll somewhere different while I'm here, in LA, and decided to just have a talk. You see downtown or LA right there on my right or left or wherever it shows on your side. I'm still getting used to this screen, and then the observatory right there. Pretty cool. So what I decided to talk upon, or what did I decide to touch on as I drove up here? You know, we live in a time that's so confusing. A lot of people just feel separated from existence. A lot of us fulfill or are able to fulfill the materialistic side of it, and yet we find ourselves empty. We find ourselves disconnected from reality, disconnected from our children, our spouse, and so one thing I discovered when I was giving a talk to some middle school students. I gave a lecture took over 6 classes. And so what I discovered, and so I began to ask, although it went really well, I took over 1 hour worth of their attention, their time, which the teacher said was amazing because he wasn't expecting it. And so that was really cool. And one of the, I don't want to get too much into that. I'll leave it for another session because it was a lot of good things came up from it. Amazing results and just amazing, right? And so what I do want to touch on from that experience is that these were middle school kids, right? 6th graders. And I wound up asking them a simple question at one point. How many of you here feel special? And to my surprise, I was expecting a few hands, but to my surprise, nobody raised their hand. And it left me shocked. Like, why not? But I expected honesty. I said, no need to be shy, embarrassed. Just if you feel a little bit special, who makes you feel special? Like, raise your hand. Nobody raised their hand in that class. And I thought that was amazing. And it caused me to ask, why? Why do kids not feel special? And, right away, I could think of a lot of ideas. I began to think of a lot of ideas. And over time, as I thought about it deeper and deeper, I realized, what? That's the problem with majority of folks. In general, we don't feel special. We were growing up into a reality that's all so artificial, superficial. There ain't no real love. It's hard to find that true love, And when we try to work at it, the partner we pick is not the one, right? They create some sabotage on us, using us or whatnot, and so it begins to corrode our love. Those of us that have it and are genuinely looking for it. And so I realized when you walk around society, people are upset or grumpy grumpy looking, upset, depressed, stressed. It's because they don't feel special. They're disconnected, in one way or another. They're not meeting their goals, and they're not meeting their obligations, their responsibilities. Work's not turning out right, and just they can only describe life and reality in a negative way because that's what they're seeing and experiencing, and that's understandable, right? I understand, because a lot of times it ain't our fault, and especially when we ain't prepared. And I know partly it's our fault individually, but a lot of times it's not. For the most part, it's not. We just don't know this game. We're not prepared, and now it's even worse because society, news, TV is not influencing real education. The type of skills and mindset that'll help you prepare to build a business. Open a business, start up a business. No, instead we're just playing. We're playing. We're taught to play. Just have a good time. Be gay, just be happy and play. It's fantasy, one big fantasy. Work, money, that'll just come. Don't worry about it, And I'm not making fun of gay folks, you know what I'm saying? But there's something about that element that's not right. Point back. I'm not gonna get into it. You can judge all you want. We all have the right to, to think and choose and whatnot. And I'll go into it when the time is right. I ain't trying to bash none of those that choose to go that route, whatever's right. But for me, there's no God in that path. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that's clear. Ask him where's God in your life? How is that being applied? How are you devoting yourself to the Creator? You know what I'm saying? It just, so anyway, I ain't gonna get into it. I don't want to criticize, judge, none of that stuff. I'm not like that. It's not about that. Okay, it's understanding. So, I find out that there's a disconnection there with the spiritual side of life. We don't feel special. And there's a lot of reasons that we'll go into them. In a little bit. I'll be doing the second recording, part two. I'm gonna stop these at every 10 minutes. But so I look around. I began to dig deeper and start asking questions. And start actually analyzing further and taking notes. And sure enough, I was right. We're just so disconnected. Brainwashed by materialism. Women especially put them. They have to put extreme amount of makeup or have to put makeup. A lot of women that are, you know, darker skin tones, lighter skin tones. Well, I mean, like colored skin tones are beautiful. You're very beautiful the way you are. But the makeup destroys it. And you're silly to think that you need to wear makeup in order to fit in order to be beautiful, in order to compare, or not compare but compete. Nah, dude, beauty's there, but we're just so brainwashed. Again, we're brainwashed. And Mexica, as a Mexica, there needs to be a reconnection to that which is real, the spiritual side of life. Spiritual is part of you and inside and outside of you, and the Creator and your higher self, and that's much more important than dressing up your physical side. That's just the costume side of life. That's not really giving you much of an education in a sense. It's not preparing you. You're just dressing up. It's like a costume. It's Halloween every day. But no, it's about loving yourself. That's where it starts first. That's hard. I smile in these videos now because I know the effect, I know its purpose, but it wasn't like this for a long time, my friends. Mashika Guru suffered a lot, and it was horrible. Those stories I'll get into another time, because they are painful, touching, and whatnot. But because of the love that my mom taught me before her passing, and the love that I realized that's there with the Creator, it enabled me to get through a lot of obstacles, hardships, challenges, the unexpected, like awful, awful circumstances. But that's life. That's the